All right, hey, welcome to my channel. This is your recap Auntie Shar. Hello, baby. Hello, adult. Hello, everybody. Hello. Ooh. We are here to do a recap, honey, of Reasonable Doubt. Y'all got me hooked, and yes, I am hooked, baby, like Captain Hook from Peter Pan, baby. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I am hooked. So season 3, babies. Episode 1 is called Feeling It. All right. So we get to we open it up and we hear that's Jack. She got braids in her hair now, and so she's like, "Come on in, let me in. I'm here." So girl, when Jax opened that damn door, oh my god, no, that's what she's saying. Child, it looks like the damn child's bedroom. Lord, I hope it ain't one of her children that did anything. So she's crying and screaming and shit. She said, "Oh my God, somebody please help me." No, somebody came behind and said, "Get back, get back, get back." And so, yeah, what the fuck happened, y'all? And we get, 6 months earlier. You know how they do? They do that shit. They show you what happened present and they rewind that shit. So yeah, we 6 months earlier was what the fuck's gonna happen. All right, so we see the present day. We see Jax in the bed. She got some individual braids, right? She got box braids. So now we see that Lewis, he got some locks, honey. He got the side, yeah, he got that little hairstyle like everybody tripping about on Beyond the Gates with Isaiah, but he got locks. So she gets up, stop her alarm, baby, go do her morning run, because she like to run up that fucking hill, as you should. So she goes take a shower, honey. We saw this chocolate water dripping off her body. So her man, you see his old naked legs coming in. He was like, "Good morning, boo." She's like, "Hi." It is now. So you see handprints all on the shower windows and shit, steaming, baby. They and in the shower. So after they finish, so they they go, "Good morning, everybody." She says, "This is Jax." And so he says, he comes in, "Hi, good morning" again. So we see baby girl, Naima, sitting at the counter talking. He was like, "Bitch, you keep talking that way to me, baby. I can cancel this whole fucking day. Just be up under you all fucking day. But Naima's there. We find out Spencer is like gone to like some type of boarding school. I guess he's gone to some type of camp, to practice on his art. One thing I forgot to mention in the last episode was that this lady from an A&R from some type of music company wanted to, talk to him because he was performing at the talent show. He did real good. He did real good. I said, "Go, okay, all right, Spence, you're doing real good, boo." So he's away, working on that gifting, which I really do admire. I always, when I see young people who are like in college for theater and stuff, I really dig that because back in the day, a lot of our parents, they didn't think that being no actress or no singer or no entertainer was that important. They're not going to tell you to go to college to be a theater major. They're not going to do that. A lot of the other people do, but a lot of black parents didn't do that. I'm sorry. I'm glad to see that that happens a lot more now because I meet a lot of theater majors who are of kids of color, brown, black kids. I see it all the time. So it's really, I see that it's evolved a lot, especially with social media. You turn your camera on, and before you know it, shit, you can be a dancer on Beyonce's show. That's what this young girl, she did. She was dancing, baby, really good. And Beyonce, like, I want that girl. I want her to be on my first Renaissance tour. So yeah, parents are very, very accepting of their kids' talents and then they support them. So I really dig that. So anyway, back to the show, girl. Oh my gosh. I mean, the only time I wish I was in boarding school was Spencer. That's Naomi. I mean, not Naomi. Look at me. Naima. I got to get my characters right. So I like how Jax and Lewis be talking about their kids when they're not in the room. She's like, "Look, that bitch, she got an attitude. I was not left shit out of her." So she was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah." He's like, how did, Spencer become the good one and she became the bitch?" He was like, "Cause she left. I mean, he left and he ain't there no more. So that's why Naima's just being a bitch." So damn. Next scene, Jax is like, "Speaking of bitches, we are at the lawyer table. We got Tony and her lawyer on one side, and we got Jax, Lewis, and their lawyer on the other side. Because remember last season that bitch had talking about she wanted to sue them for the death of her child, Jaden. Child, please. So pretty much they sit at the negotiation table. That bitch wants 750K. No, they ain't paying all of that. Pretty much. The lawyer tried to talk. Jax is like, "No, I'm talking." Whenever Tony has something to say, she whispered it in her lawyer ear, like she's supposed to. But Jack's like, bitch, I'm a lawyer. I know what you fucking want. No, you ain't getting no 750,000 from us. Hell no. Come to find out, after she done fired the old man lawyer. Come to find out, that's their third fucking lawyer. Lewis like, come on now, baby. They standing outside. Like, come on, you might as well represent us. She was like, I might as well, because that bitch ain't getting no 750 from us. So while he's leaving, Lewis is leaving, like, look, you need to chill out with that. She looks at her text, and then she sees that Corey Cash is about to get a Black Excellence Award for the Chanel Tucker case. Remember, he was the primary lawyer on the thing, and she was a secondary. So he invites her to come out. Although she was the one behind it, she picked him, but he's gonna get like some type of damn award, baby. It's called the OBPA. Yeah, he finna be fine. So he ain't gone. We thought that he was gone because he left. He packed his boxes last season. No, that nigga's still there. So I'm happy to see he back. I'm proud of my Morris Chestnut. This man is playing a lawyer on this show and playing a doctor on the other one. Man, you better do that shit, baby. Now, bitch, we are at the office and we see Daniel and Crystal. Baby, Crystal lost weight because Crystal was a thicky. And seasons 1s and 2s, baby, you can see her waistline, you can see all her curls, her face is slim. She been doing that. I don't know what she been doing. I don't want to put it on her, but that bitch has lost some weight. So I'm really proud of her. She passed. She was trying to do the LSAT last season, so she did finally pass. So she's on her way to be a lawyer. Daniel was like, "Bitch, what you trying to be, a lawyer like how Jax used to be, public defender, or bitch, are you trying to be like how she is now?" She said, "I want to be the one who wears Gucci." Just like how she is now. So that's what I'm finna be. And she looked good. Go ahead, Crystal. So Jax finally comes in the office and they ask about this Van Dusen case. And so he pretty much he took a bargain or whatever. So they like, damn, that's good for you. She's like, bitch, I need some drama in my life, baby. I'm bored as fuck. I need somebody to kill somebody or something like that. Not literally. Maybe. I don't know. But I need some more popping off, and because this has been too boring. I need some good stuff. I need some tea brewing. And these cases is full of shit. All right, so I love how they dress Jax different than her partners. Because remember, Jax is the partner of this fucking law firm. So the next scene, they show her at the table with all the big wigs. It's all white men and all one white woman and her. So everybody else is there dressed in grays and very neutral color shit. Jax coming there with a teal pantsuit, honey. Her outfits be popping too. So they're talking about somebody bringing him in as an equity partner, Bill, that name ain't gonna never die. So they trying to figure out what they want to do as far as seeing him as a potential partner. So yeah. So Jackson's like, that's some bullshit. Like he's only been at the firm for like 6 fucking years. Most equity partners work at least 7 years. Shit, I did 8. So what the fuck? I mean, I don't care, but he only did 6. So Bill ain't the most sharpest tool in the shed. He made some type of mistake years ago, fucking up some type of case. So Jax is like, we know he ain't, that good. Everybody at this table agreed that he wasn't the best candidate. He need to be more macro than micro than macro. One of them, but he's not at that level yet to be no equity partner. No. All right, so the next scene after that, they're like, okay, let's table this and talk about this later. Anyway, we see that Jax enters this really fancy restaurant, and we see Brandy. Y'all remember Brandy from for P Valley? Yeah, she's on here. She's like the manager for this guy. His name is whatever. I guess he's some type of star from some show back in the day. He's grown up. He's like one of them TV stars. And so they brought her there to meet with him. And his pappy is there too. So yeah, okay, Ozzy, you don't look too happy though, honey. So Jackson's like, well, why the fuck y'all bring me here? So Brandy, the lawyer. I love her as Brandy. She says that, Ozzy is up for this big fucking role in this film, so we trying to clean him up from being the child star to being a mega movie star. But he got some little issues that's popping off in his personal life that we need to get together. So we need to just get that shit cleaned out or up or whatever the fuck we need to do. So he got this stylist, I see. Ozzy got this stylist that he's been fucking around with, and they ain't fucking no more, and he broke it off. So Jax is like, what the fuck? So y'all ain't trying to let her get her mouth out there at the tabloids, or she might fuck up his career, because again, he's trying to transition from child star to movie star. So Jax is like, well, have y'all tried to get the bitch to sign an NDA? It's like, no. She's like, well, if y'all get her to sign an NBA and get an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement plus some coins, then that bitch might, change her mind. And he talking about that's extortion. That's the father. She's like, honey, that ain't no fucking extortion. She says we have to offer her some type of coins in order for that agreement to be valid. All right, that's what we need to do. I mean, if you want this, you want her to, stop bullshitting around, then y'all need to do that. Otherwise, that shit's gonna keep dragging on and on and on. So they look at Ozzy and asking him what the fuck he think. He looking all sad and spaced the fuck out, like, boy, answer our question. So they talking to him. He said, I want to think about it. So the man, both the manager and the pappy, like, what the fuck you need to think about? So Jackson's like, you sure? Because the more time you spend on this, the more trouble can be brewing. He was like, look, I just want to get through tomorrow, and then we'll figure it out from there. So yeah. So Jackson leaves because now after she leaves, she see the father getting in his ass about, we talked about this shit, whatever. So Jax comes home. She talks to Lewis about she feels bad for him. He's won all this shit and Emmys and stuff, but he still looks sad. We'll go to the next scene. So Jackson and Lewis just chit chat about Tony and how she's a bitch and how I think Naima's gone, spend the night on somebody else's house. So of course, they do this amazing, fucking scenes. They was in the kitchen, in the living room. They did it every place but on the damn bed. And I just loved every bit of it. Now, I like it when it's like this. That damn Beyond the Gates, I don't know. Everybody just want to sit on them little feet couches. But this was beautiful. The way that they shoot their love-making scenes is absolutely stunning. And how they spread just enough water on their bodies and put their little oil, it looks like they've been doing something. You see the glistening from the sissy. I love it. So the next scene, we see her showing up at the gala that Cash had invited her to come. She got this beautiful green, gorgeous gown, full lift gown on. She looks absolutely stunning. Again, she has braids, so she has everything up in the top knot with a few little tossle curls, coming down on the end. And he looking fine, baby, at the top of this escalator, waiting for her to come up them stairs, baby. And we see all of these big pictures of different people that they're honoring, and one of the people that they're honoring is Ozzy's ass. So that's why he said, "Look, I just want to get through tomorrow and let's see what happens after that." So yeah, that's it. Him and her them two Cash and Jax just have a little small talk about what they've been doing, what they up to. He said he didn't want to share this moment without her, because if it hadn't been for her, he wouldn't have gotten this award. So but his name is on the fucking award. But shit. So anyway, while we're there, somebody comes up to Cash, says, man, I admire your work. And it's actually Ozzy, and he's there at the gala with the young lady, the stylist. She's white. Yes, and I think isn't that rumor what's her name, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter, because it looks just like her. I think that is Rumor Willis. Let me make sure. Yeah, that is her. It's Rumor Willis. She stars as Wendy, as Ozzy's stylist and his girlfriend. Yeah. So when they met Cash, and before Jax could say it's good to see you again, he kind of cut her off like, nice to meet you. So she got the hint. She's like, oh, this nigga act like I ain't never met him before. Okay, nice to meet you too for the first time. Yes, I ain't never seen you before. All that little stuff. So as the night went on, she sees him, Jack sees Ozzy to the side, and he was like, I'm sorry, I had to do that because I ain't want no suspicion. She's like, I understand, I get it. She said, but I'm a guess that your parents don't like that bitch, that she's bad for your reputation. That's why they want me to come in anyway, but you can't let her go. No, that's not true. She's a real chick, whatever. But your parents don't think that she's a good look for you, and she's problematic, and you need to change your tune about her. Well, anyway, in the next scene, we see them fussing. Wendy and Ozzy get into this heated argument, and she's leaving, and he has a very distinctive energy about him. He can be very low or very like very weird. So anyway, she's like, I'm leaving, Nick. I'm leaving. Don't you better not go nowhere. Anyway, come to find out, she's been missing three days, baby. Like Jesus. Ain't nobody seen her. Wendy's gone. He claimed that after he had that argument with her, because like the neighbors had caught their arguments on the camera outside their house. So you could see them getting into it. He claimed that after they got into the argument, damn it, that was it. He just went to the house and went to bed. She was like, Jackson's like, fuck you. No, that could not have happened, because if it was me and I was that pissed off, ain't no way I can go straight to sleep after something heated like that. So you don't do that to me. You need to let me know what's the tea. So pretty much Jax quit. She was like, I ain't got time to be fooling with nobody that's gonna be lying to me. If you did it, I need to know if you did it, and then we can find out why you did it. But don't be lying to me like that. So they, go out on a date. Jax and Lewis goes out on a date. Eventually, as the story progresses, while they're out, there's some man that approaches them, and white dude is on a date with Tony. Tony has moved on clearly. Oh, you know them? They killed my baby. Like, bitch, we ain't killed your baby. You're the one that's around here fucking married men, and you're the one that's toxic. So, whatever. So anyway, come to find out that Lewis got a call or a message from Tony. She says she'll drop the case from their asses, but only he has to spend a night with her. Now, I don't know what type of indecent proposal bullshit this is. But she wants him to spend a night. Why you want him to come over there, girl? So while all of this is going on, we finally get to a next day, and we finally meet Bill, who is the guy who plays Tommy from Power. He's there. So one of the lead partners tell him that they're not going to be able to make him partner right now, you know. And he's like, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. He still has that weird energy on him, but I really like his character. So we come to find out that Bill works hard. He does a lot of billable hours. He make them a whole lot of fucking money. Just a little pause on this right now. Eventually, you'll get there, but right now, nah, not right now. So although Bill claims that he understands, he's like, look, I've been in the Coast Guard. I gave 10 years and I decided to come and be a lawyer. I've been here with y'all as an associate. I want to know, what is it going to take for me to be partner? I need to know that shit. So the other partner looks at Hill's like, oh, okay, well, hell, there may be a way that I can tell you to speed this shit up for you. So we see Bill, he sees that Jackson's on our way to lunch, and he was like, can I join you? So she's like, sure. Thank you for treating me to lunch. He was like, oh, really? I'm treating? Yes, because you're the one who asked me. So he wants to know, what is it that he needs to do to become partner? She told him, like, look, you only do civil. You don't do no criminal. You need more criminal experience. He was like, well, I've done both. She said, well, I've done both too, but I've done more criminal. And I feel that you need to do that. And she's like, what's the rush? Why do you feel like you need to do it now? You've only been doing this shit for 6 years. Again, I've been doing this shit for 8. The average people have been doing it for 7. What's the fucking rush? He said he just believed he deserves to be a partner just like the rest of them. She was like, fair enough. So he was like, okay, do you have a family? She's like, yeah, I'm married with 2 kids. Yeah. So he's on that bullshit talking about same. He got 2 boys and a girl, and he showed the picture of the little girl. I guess he's trying to find that common, that pinch, because everybody else is on board with him being a partner. But her ass is like, nah, you need at least 2 more fucking years on your belt. So we look at the picture of the kids, baby. They all look like mixed. They look like what's his name? Donnell from Beyond the Gates. And she's like, she looks at this picture, she was like, wow, I didn't know that your wife was black. She's like, I'm dead. She's like, how did y'all meet? He was like, on Black Planet, bitch. He's like, I'm kidding. She's like, okay. No, they both are lawyers, so they met in law school. So yeah. So they kind of have a little small talk. She was like, look, just let's get to know each other a little bit over lunch. Cause they was talking about being parents of mean ass teenage kids, you know how teenagers are. She said, cause I'm telling you, it's inevitable because you're gonna run into it. He's like, I'm just trying to enjoy it while it lasts. She said, we'll see, we'll see what's going on with your partnership vibe that I'm feeling from you. So he was looking at her real weird because she's looking through the menu, all pretty and everything. And he looking at her like, God, that bitch. Like, okay. Anyway, next scene we see Jax and Lewis at the table with Tony's lawyer. So they decided to go ahead and settle for the 750. And so the lawyer was like, oh, okay, I'm glad that y'all settled, but we want to take this shit up. We want to do 1.5 mil and some confidentiality clauses in an agreement. We want to remove those clauses and stuff. We want to keep the 1.5 mil. And she said, also, she don't feel safe because you recently intimidated her ass at the restaurant while she was on a date. And Jackson's like, what the fuck? So no, I mean, Jax says, look, it's clear that this is not about Jaden's death. It's very personal. So lawyer to lawyer, bitch, I need for you to tell me what do we have to do to end this, okay? So the lawyer was like, Tony's lawyer was like, well, no, you're dealing with a wounded woman, and she really feels that that girl, she just needs some closure. And Lewis, I blame your ass, man. You did that, man. You did it. So after the lawyer left, Jax was telling Lewis, like, what the fuck should we do? He's like, look, let me just talk to her. Let me just figure this shit out. Right? Yeah. So we're back to Wendy, who's the Silas, her assistant, the black girl, was reporting her missing with the cops. And so she described her. Well, you the last one to see her. The girl was like, no, it's her boyfriend. Who's her boyfriend? Ozzy Edwards. Pow pow gouch, you know him. That so his stupid ass got called in by the investigators. So he come in there and they like, Ozzy Edwards. Yeah, so good to see you. Yeah, how about yeah? We so good. We just, you want some water, anything, some drink, what you need, Yeah, we just need to ask you a few questions. That's all. You know how they make it seem all friendly. Since you're friendly with them, they're gonna be friendly with your ass. But as soon as you get mean, oh, they gonna pull out the big GUN. So as the investigators kept asking him all these questions, so well, it's quite strange that her purse and all her other shit was thrown across on a highway. He was like, "Look, that bitch do that all the time." Ozzy says, "He's like, that's how she do. She get into an argument with you, and then she just go." He's, "Oh, y'all was in an argument." The cop says, "He's like, yeah, I mean, so what was y'all talking about? Other women?" He was like, "Look, there were no other women." Ozzy says, he was like, "Oh, okay. So what the fuck y'all talking about?" Look, we get like that all the time. So now he figures out, I'm not gonna say no more shit, you know. So yeah, he finally reaches out to Jax. Remember, he said he didn't need her ass before, so now he needs her. Jax, remember when you said when things get messy to give your ass a call? She's like, yeah. Well, now it's fucked. Yeah, it really is. So when Jax gets over to Ozzy's house, fine ass Cash is there. So she was like, "What the fuck is this?" He was like, "Look, I called him first. That's what Ozzy says. And when I couldn't get him, I called you. So Cash just happened to show up." So he tells him about what happened. Ozzy tells him both about him and Wendy got into a fight. So he's like, "Look, the cops call," and Jax is like, "Wait a minute, Nick, you talked to the cops for how long?" He was like, "Man, I only told them that Wendy ghosted me after we got into an argument, all right? And half of that shit I don't even remember." Then they talking about to me like like I did it. I'm the only person of interest. And then he sits down like he really concerned, like, "Fuck, n- you ain't concerned. Nigga. You don't even look like you feel guilty. You look more guilty than you acting, and you supposed to be an actor, okay?" So she asked Cash could him and her have a moment. So Cash leaves while Ozzy and Jax are talking. He was like, "Look, I just called him because being a black man, I just figured he would be more empathetic." She's like, "I don't give a fuck why you called him. Because of the optics, you being a black man dating a white woman who's missing, your best bet is to have a black female lawyer, okay? So when was the last time you talked to her ass? Did you try to find out where she is? What y'all got into an argument, you ain't tried to reach out to her ass or nothing?" He was like, "Damn, the cops asked me the same damn thing." Well, what the fuck what did you tell? Look, I haven't tried to find her, right? So his phone starts to ring and it's his pappy calling. He got to take it. So he walks out and take the phone from his pappy. So Cash comes in and he says, "What do you think?" Like, look, a famous black man and a missing white woman. Oh, this shit is already fucked up. And he's already talked to the police. He's like, by the time I get over there, they would have already had a search warrant and gone through his shit before I even get there. So she said he was right. This situation is definitely fucked up, and it might be too late. So he comes back in, "Sorry about that. So what's the fucking plan?" She was like, "It depends. Are you officially retaining me as your counsel?" He says, "Yes." "Don't talk to nobody." Jax tells his ass, "Don't you go nowhere. I'm going to try to figure out everything that I can about this situation. So I'm finna leave. Is there anybody that you can trust that can stay here with your ass?" He said, "Yeah, my sister Kirsten or Kristen, whatever the fuck her name is." "Good, call her ass," Jack says, "because I hate to tell you, but it's only going to get worse. So bring her ass over here." So as Jackson Cash is leaving, that Morris Chestnut walk, he got on some gray sweatsuits and a white t-shirt. Y'all know how women watch niggas with them gray sweats. He pimping. He's like, you love this shit." She's like, "Shut up." So the next day she shows up at the office. She got her Daniel there. He's a PI. So she doesn't know. She wants him to check with his sources at the police station to see what the fuck that else did Ozzy tell the cops because he won't tell her, so she needs to find out what he talked about. So that's what Daniel's gonna do. She gives him a little, this and that, A, B through Z about all the shit that they talked about. So Daniel's the man. I like him. So he skedaddles and try to find this fine missing white woman who might have, checked in at a fine hotel. So in the midst of that, she sees Bill walking by. So she just walked to his office and thanked him for yesterday. He was like, "Oh no, thank you. The pleasure's all on this side of the desk." Yeah, that sounded very weird. Very fucking weird. So she tells him about Ozzy Edwards' case, and she has her PI looking on it. But if he he can join the team, and see what you want to do. He was like, okay, he'll call the coroner's office to see if there's any missing Jane Does laying in there on a slate right now. So yeah, he seems excited about it, but I'm sure he's going to try to bogart her, kick her out the way, so he could be the main representation. So let's see how this gonna work out. So whenever she leaves, he peeks out his office window because he can see the partners in the big conference room talking, and they looked at him like, yeah, because I'm thinking that she needs to let her guards down so she can trust him. So yeah, so they playing mask on, look, mask on, I can't say the words, but y'all know the song. If you watch it, you already know what song they playing. Wow, what, are you following me? This is Tony showing up at, I guess, her coffee shop. I guess she goes there every day, and Lewis was already there waiting to talk with her. And I already told you what happened. She wants to, get rid of the deal, but he has to spend a night with her, a full night. Still don't understand that shit, but I'm sure I will get it eventually before the season ends. But I still don't understand it. I don't. But anyway, yeah, now it's in the news that this stylist is missing and everything. Okay, so he plays Caleb Kensington. I'm sorry, this is Ozzy Edwards, who has the show called My Cousins and Them. That's the name of the show, y'all. My Cousins and Them. Okay, so we show him. He's looking at himself in the mirror and stuff like that. He's clearly a troubled young man. Uh-oh, so he just took a shower, and so we look at him and they pan over to his chest and we see some scratch marks right near his chest. It's like his neck and collarbone. So yeah, there was a struggle. Ain't no concealer, no makeup can fix that shit. And then after they panned out and showed a back shot of him, nigga, you need to calm the fuck down. So that's when we get back to the house with Jackson Lewis. She comes in, and that's when he tells her, "Oh yeah, Tony wants to call off the deal, but she wants me to spend the night." And that is the end of episode number 1 on season 3. I think I'm gonna break these up because I don't have time to mash them all together, and I'm running at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna break these up. So that was season 1, season 3, episode 1, A Reasonable Doubt. Episode said feeling it. So he had brought out the best tequila honey to talk to his wife about what Tony wanted. So yeah, she said, either nigga, this is really good news or really bad news. He said both. She wants to drop the suit, but again, she wants me to spend a night with her. So the last word we heard when it went off was fuck from Tony. I mean, no, from damn Jax. Oh yeah, I promise I'm gonna get these names together. It took me a while to get all them names together on Beyond the Gates, but because this is new, I'm gonna get it together. So I'm gonna break this up into series episodes, and then of course I'm gonna do Beyond the Gates later today. But I'm gonna break these up just to fill them in, because my goal is by the time the most current one drops, I would have already did the first 8 or 9. So, all right, y'all take it easy. Let me go ahead and get this uploaded but I did good. I did good. I couldn't do the voices or anything, but I told the plots. I picked out what I thought was important in each scene, and so I don't trust that Bill. Don't fuck with Bill. No, no, no. Any nigga named Bill on TV, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't. I don't. I don't trust him. He wants to be partner really, really bad all of a sudden. And he wants to do it quicker than anybody else. So no. So let me go ahead and get this up. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Bye.